Hello everyone, I'm Captain Buck, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to give you guys an ultimate player guide for the brand new season of Thieves Season 8. I'm just going to quickly and briefly cover everything that has been added to this new season, and everything that you can get done and do, and some battle tips to help you level up your legions faster. So without further ado, let's dive into this. With the new update of Season 8 brought to the Sea of Thieves, we players get an awesome on-demand PvP update. And this update is really cool because so many players have been waiting for this. This update has a ton of new cosmetics, as well as 2 new levels called Allegiance levels. And you can work towards these for 2 factions, the Athenas and the Reapers. The new faction levels are achieved not just by turning in loot, but by fighting the opposing faction. Whether you be fighting for the Athena's fortune and you're fighting a Reaper, or vice versa. Allegiance is gained at the close of a battle, and the winner of a faction battle will get allegiance, and the losing faction will still get allegiance, but a lot less allegiance compared to the winning faction. Once you've engaged and you found a battle, you will be set into a smaller confined area of the Sea of Thieves map to fight. And if you leave this area, it will cause your hourglass to break. It'll warn you first, and then your hourglass will slowly start to break, and as it breaks, it will eventually explode. And that will sink your ship, make your ship explode, and that will sink your boat, and that will declare the enemy faction the winner of that battle. Getting to level 100 in either allegiance, and depending on the faction, being Reaper level 75 or Pirate Legend, you can gain access to an additional part of the Pirate Legend hideout, or gain access to the catacombs under the Reaper's hideout. Coming with Allegiance 100 is a brand new curse you can get for both factions, and you can acquire the curse by finding Belle and Merrick in the Athena's hideout edition, or by finding the Voice of the Flame in the Reaper's lair. After you've interacted with them, you will go through a ritual and gain the new awesome looking curse for either faction. Once you've loaded up a boat and you're in game, this is a really important part, you may want to listen to this. Before voting for the Hourglass of Fate and voting for battle, you're going to want to stock up, and I don't just mean outpost supplies. After supplying up the outpost with the merchant crates and the shipwright lady, you're going to want to use the Pirate's Life Lords of the Sea Tall Tale for cannonballs, wood, and food, if you have the checkpoint on you and available. If you do not have the Lords of the Sea checkpoint available, you can buy supplies from outposts and hop from seafort to seafort with a storage crate and or skeleton fort to skeleton fort. Seaforts are a better idea though, as they contain more cannons and food. I would recommend at least 400 cannonballs, 40 chain shots for battle, as well as a lot of food, maybe around 50 or more each of common food item, as well as a few cooked battle meats. And what I mean by battle meats is pork chops, chicken, snake, etc. I would also recommend at least 200 wooden planks and about 30 to 40 blunder bombs and fire bombs. Blunder bombs are going to be used in battle, so you're going to need them. Now, to get into the PvP and get involved and get to battling, what you're going to want to do is locate the Hourglass of Fate on your ship, which can be found on your map table. Once you've found it, you'll want to flip the hourglass to the faction you want to fight for, whether that's Reaper or Athena. Once you've found your faction, you're going to want to vote for the hourglass, but only when you're ready. When you vote for the Hourglass of Fate, you can then use the war map to battle, but be warned that as the hourglass is on your ship, the enemy faction can hunt you and spawn on you at any time when you're in the Sea of Thieves world. So be ready to protect your ship if you have the hourglass up and you're roaming around the Sea of Thieves. Once you're ready for battle, you can vote for the hourglass and then have all your teammates vote to join a battle. Once you do that, you'll dive below the waves and you'll be transported to an underwater area while you try to find a match. And in this area, you can make sure that you're ready for your battle and that you have all your pockets full and everything is ready for battle. But what I would recommend is before you take the dive for matchmaking, to make sure that your pockets are full, and because matchmaking can be very short, maybe less than 30 seconds. When you found your match, you will start to rise from the water, and at this point you won't be able to move. So that's why you need to make sure that your pockets are all full beforehand. And then you will eventually come bursting out of the water, and the enemy ship will be in front of you. At this time, it's time for battle. Another good idea before battle is to have an idea of how to manage your ship, whether that be repairing, helming, cannoning, or boarding. It is really crucial that you know how to defend your boat and what role you play in your crew. A good idea is to be decent at shooting cannons. Have a decent aim and hit those shots. The more shots you hit on an enemy boat, the more of an advantage you'll have on them. Shooting blunderbombs at enemy ships when they are close is also very, very important. Shooting blunderbombs at enemy ships can take the opposing ship off cannons and maybe even knock them off the boat or kill them if you're lucky. Also, shoot chain shots at enemy ships when you're close to them. Shooting chain shots can knock their mast down and disable the movement, and you can get more shots in and possibly sink them faster. Crew roles on your boat is very, very important, and you need to know that. On any crew, you want a designated person for repairs and helm, watching boarders, as well as managing the sails. You also want a designated person for shooting cannons, boarding boats, and assisting with repairs as needed. On a sloop, you're going to want a crewmate to manage the helm, the sails, boarders, and repairing. You're going to also want another person for boarding, cannoning, and assisting with repairing when needed, as well as being able to switch out when needed with the helmsman. On a brig, you're going to want one person on helm and sails. The other two crewmates should fire cannons and help with sails and repairs. One crewmate of the two should be a boarder, the other one should stay on the boat and help the helmsman as well as fire cannons. Now this is also very, very important. Only send 2 boarders from a brig to an enemy ship if the helmsman says so, and or the boarder has killed all enemies on the opposite ship. On a galleon, you should have a helmsman who helms, a person designated for repairing and watching boarders, as well as shooting cannons when needed. The other 2 should fire cannons, bucket, and repair when needed, and board the enemy ship. When they are not boarding, they should help with sails, and to fire cannons when needed, and help repair when needed as well. Crew role is very, very important to the success of a crew/boat. Sail management is also a big role on crew success as well. Keeping sails angled and raised when needed is very important. If you're on a sloop, you're going to want to raise your sails about halfway once you spawn in out of the water, so you can slow down enough to get good cannon shots and make quick maneuvers if needed. If you're sailing on a brig, you'll want to raise front sail on your boat when you come out of the water, and on a galleon, you'll want to raise all of your sails but the back. And if you need to, lower the front sail to get a little bit more speed. Once you've completed a battle, the winner will stay in the same server and they won't be teleported anywhere, and their streak will increase by 1 ship, which is a ship closer to champion, and 4 is what you need for champion. Their hourglass value will also increase by 10,000 gold. The loser will black screen to a cutscene of their sunk ship, and then after that, they will be teleported to another server away from the people they just lost to, and they will lose all of their status as sunk ships as well as their hourglass value. So you lose everything if you sink. After you decided you've had enough battling, and if you have some value for your hourglass, you can turn your hourglass in by sailing to Reaper's Hideout or any other outpost and find the Reaper Emissary table and lowering it, or finding the Athena Emissary table and lowering it. And you can get a pretty penny for leveling up your hourglass, especially if you become champion. After this, you've proven yourself worthy, and you've been introduced to Season 8, and you can take it from here. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope this video helped you guys out and got you guys introduced to Season 7, some of the things that you can do, and I hope that I gave you a few tips for paddle that you're going to need. And I hope that you guys have a great season in Season 8. Enjoy it. PvP is awesome in this season. They did a really good job with everything, and I'm super happy and super proud to be playing in this season. And if this video did help you, it would be awesome if you guys could subscribe and leave a like. It would help out the channel a lot. We are closing in on 350 subscribers, and I really appreciate all of you. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.